instructing players to just keep their head up is no longer enough.
6 parents and kids rallying at the State House against a ban on tackling in youth football.
Kids are getting their heads hit time and time again and being crushed on the ground time and time again. It's a danger for developing brains. There's no reason for it. You can play other forms of football. The object of the bill is to prevent children 12 years old and under from playing tackle football.
We could take a better route and just banning it. I think we should ensure that all coaches teach proper tackling techniques, as well as conditioning the players to be strong and to be ready to play football in youth sports.
I mean, tackle football is it's kind of scary sometimes because you don't want to get a concussion and you're worried that say one day you leave home to go to a game and then you're afraid that you might not come back the same way that you left off. So that's pretty much how I feel about tackle football sometimes. Yeah.
These kids, they're not as strong as these college guys and NFL guys for them to be hitting each other that hard. So, like I said, I haven't seen a concussion happen. And I think it's happening as they get older in the high school, college level. But again, it's freak accidents. It happens in all sports, and I don't think football should be the blame for it.
The problem with tackle football for children is that it looks innocent. But in reality, we might be setting those kids up to have their brain degenerate for the rest of their life. The human brain was never meant to take hundreds of hits to the head each year. And if you hit a child in the head while their brain is still developing, you will change what their brain becomes. You will literally change who they become because you're exposing them to very abnormal, repetitive brain trauma that's really never been seen in human history outside of child abuse.
WBZ's Paula Evans is back now, and Paula, they're getting some high-profile support as well.
Well, they are, David. There's a proposal at the State House to ban tackle football until children reach the 8th grade, and supporters of youth football are calling the idea an overreaction. The Massachusetts Youth Football Alliance says that it is parents who should decide if tackle football is appropriate for their children and not the legislature.
Without youth football, high school football can't function, and without high school football, college football can't function, and without college football, the NFL can't function.
It's time for the adult community to step up and make the game safe.
The NFL and the NCAAs need to work with the youth level organizations to teach their future, the future of the NFL, the future of the NCAA, to tackle properly and to be safe.
It's not about anything but keeping these kids safe and making sure that when they're older, that they look back on this and this was a positive experience and that they're healthy and they feel good and they love football.
Well, this is the 3rd time we've had a clinic for the kids, cheer and football, but because of safety being such a big kind of elephant in the room for all the parents, we finally decided, hey, let's actually address the issue, talk about the safety issues, and it's concussion's big on everybody's mind, but there's other things. Dehydration's a big deal in sports, believe it or not, still, and so we wanted to address that and make sure that we're taking care of that for their children.
I think it's game-changing. I mean, I think it's really important that we as a youth program are addressing the concerns of safety. And, being the cheer director, you think, what is it about football that concerns me? Everything. Because without football, we wouldn't have a cheer program, and the safety is just as important on the cheer side. So, game-changing. Let's go.
We're mandated by the larger organization, the PCC, to belong to Heads Up Football and to get certified through that. But we don't think that's enough. I think it's a little bit short-sighted. So we've hired Bobby Hosea, who actually created Heads Up Football for the NFL and actually is better in our opinion. We're getting all of our coaches certified for his tackling to make sure that we're tackling safe.
Safety comes first, but it's only a word if you don't know what's dangerous, and that's what I do. I educate coaches to that there are things your father taught you, that your grandfather taught him, that are the problem. And there's no mechanism to force coaches to learn that. There's no coach that wants to hurt a child in any shape, form, or fashion. They'd give their life to protect them from any kind of harm during practice from some outside forces. So no coach wants to hurt their children. But there's no mechanism to force them to learn that there are design flaws in what we teach that can be harmful.
That's it. Well done. Take it to go.
I didn't even know it was science. But science is measured steps to come out with a conclusion, or a reliable, consistent conclusion. And that's what my system is. It's beginning, middle, and end of a tackle. And so once they know that, and they follow those guidelines, and they get the proper conditioning, football's a great game.